I am seeing two Ankole cattle. These longhorn animals can grow their horns up to 5 to 6 feet long, but instead of weighing the animal down, they actually keep it cool because they send blood up and into these horns, into the breeze, cooling it down and returning to the animal, keeping it from overheating. Now before I get to those beautiful giraffes over there, I am seeing a herd of sable antelope. The sable antelope do get darker with age, as you can tell who's the most dominant. But the lightest one right there is actually a little baby. You can see how they protect it and watch out over it. The sable antelope is also the wildlife reserve's mascot here at Harambe. Alright, this is a beautiful and excellent example. Right here, you can tell we do have two different types of giraffes. Right in front of us, right next to this tree on our left, is a reticulated giraffe. You can see by its crisp lines between every spot. Whereas the giraffe walking back there is a Maasai giraffe. Now the Maasai giraffes have a splotchier pattern with maybe an oak or maple leaf and are much darker in color. They only grow to be about 14, 16 feet, whereas this guy closest to the truck is about 18 to 20 feet tall. Another Maasai over here on our right. And I'm going to head straight on into elephant country.
Gonna ask what the chains are for.
No.
You'll upset her rhythm.
Now before we head too deep into elephant country, I just want to point out that over here on the left, we have nicknamed this point Monkey Point because Africa's largest monkeys, the mandrills, love to come out here and play. But I'm pretty sure the little bit of rain we had earlier today has scared them off and into hiding. The mandrills do get those bright, distinct red and blue splotches on their face, similar to Rafiki's from The Lion King. To state who is the oldest and who is the most dominant, to declare who's boss. Alright, I'm going to take these back roads up here to take you all the way straight into the heart of elephant country. Alright, we do have another bridge, so again, please remain seated. We do like to use the Swahili phrase, pole pole, here in Africa, which means very slowly. So we will be taking this bridge, pole pole. And we are off. Alright, I'm glad we made it. Now, already I'm seeing some recent activity of elephants over here. You can tell by the large footprints and the tusk marks into the sides of the red clay. The elephants like to eat the red clay as a source of extra minerals to add to their diet. It's sort of like taking a multivitamin every day for them. Alright, I do see a couple up here. Now, obviously in Africa we do have African elephants, but you can't tell them apart from Asian elephants. Not only are they larger, but they do have their ears shaped sort of like the continent of Africa as well. Now, both male and female elephants will grow tusks, which put the entire herd in danger of poachers. You can see some over here on our left. But luckily, through anti-poaching laws, as well as research, such as what we're doing here at the reserve, we are coming up with new and innovative ways of helping protect them in the wild. Another baobab tree up here next to some Ankole cattle over here on the right. Now I did see some young elephants up here. Elephants will stay with the mothers and the herd. Oh my gosh. We do have wildebeest over here. The white bearded wildebeest over here on our right. We call them gnus here in Africa, spelled G-N-U, after the grunting sound that they make. and they actually partake in one of Africa's largest lamb migrations, crossing the Serengeti grasslands once a year with groups of 1.5 million. But let's take a good look at how cute these baby elephants are. Now, an elephant's pregnancy does last about 22 months, and the babies come out at already 300 pounds. So even as tiny as they do look here, they were never really that tiny. Alright. We are heading through what looks like an extremely popular place for the flamingos to hang out at. These are the greater flamingo, the largest and the most pale out of all these birds. They do get their coloring, however, from the foods that they eat, including the shrimp and the crustaceans, all of which contain something called carotene. Over time, the carotene will build up and create that vibrant pink color we all know and love. Now, baby flamingos, when they do hatch, are actually not pink at all, but rather a light gray in color. I am seeing an ostrich up here. Alright, this looks like white rhino territory. You can tell they were here recently.
Wire on them, like
by the walls that they've made. Especially with the most recent rain we've had, they're probably trying to keep cool by rolling in the mud. There's another ostrich over here, as well as some ostrich eggs. Being the largest bird, the ostrich, they do lay the largest eggs at a whopping 3 pounds each. Now, ostriches are flightless, despite the fact they do have wings and feathers, but they can run about 35 to 40 miles per hour. It's pretty fast.
What?
Oh, if you guys look up ahead, there is a white rhino hanging out in the road. Now, the white rhino over the years has been poached for the same reasons the black rhino was, for use of its horn. They are about 2,000 pounds more than the rhino, putting them at about 5,000 pounds. But luckily, our conservation efforts as well as anti-poaching laws has brought up the number of the white rhinos to a much more substantial level, making them one of Africa's greatest success stories. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it, but right back up here on our left, there's 2 cheetahs just staring at the rhinos. Let's see if we can pull forward here. Now, I'm pretty sure the cheetahs know they can't take on a rhino, especially because they only weigh probably like 100 pounds or so, and the rhino's about 5,000 pounds. But the cheetah is the world's fastest land animal, running at about 60 to 70 miles per hour.
I didn't see that
Just make sure you keep your hands inside the truck at all times. But white rhinos are pretty friendly. We will
I'm not getting a souvenir for him. He's gonna relieve
Now, the cheetahs do like to prefer to hunt during the daytime.
Oh, don't aim this way.
Because they depend strongly on their excellent eyesight. Rhinos, white rhinos especially, have terrible eyesight. You can only see about 10 feet in front of their face. Makes them extremely slow movers because they really don't know what's out there. Alright, up ahead I am seeing an ibex, a rare desert antelope, as well as a lion staking out his rock kopie. This funny looking rock formation is called a kopie. We are just going to stop up here for just a second until this little traffic jam clears up. But just a fun fact about that ibex over here on the left, they can go their entire lives without drinking any water. They get all their water from the foods that they eat, going indefinitely without any water. Now, luckily for us, we do get to see the lion. Because lions do spend about 18 to 20 hours a day being inactive. When they are up and about, the females will go hunting. They do like to hunt at night, especially cooperatively, bringing food back for the rest of them. There's also some more white rhinos up here in the road. Whereas the males will stay back while the females are hunting. to just defend their territory.
They have lions, good nice stuff. Like his